Hey guys, it's Julie here. I'm back again, just like that viral tweet that keeps reappearing on your timeline about black women just shitting on their natural hair. So today I wanted to talk about this phenomenon that I don't think will stop anytime soon. It's about the seeming disdain and frustration that many melanated women have about their hair. The afro is a one-of-a-kind hair type, yet so popular and so diverse. There is a lot of history behind this hair. Many stories that may never be told, but be it as it may, it is what it is. It is hair, right? And a lot of black women have this hair, and a lot of them still struggle with accepting this hair, liking this hair, dealing with this hair. They struggle with hair, period. I could sit here and we could go down the rabbit hole again of why natural hair is seemingly hard and the history behind why it is spoken about in the way that it is today. But what it boils down to is that natural hair is unconventional. It's hair like no other. No other race has hair like ours. It is on the far end of the spectrum of hair that is conventional, and because of this, it still isn't being treated with the love that it deserves, especially by the people who grow it out of their heads. I think natural hair is so cool. The things you could do with it are endless. I think this hair was a crown bestowed upon me by the gods themselves. Am I a little vain? Yes. And there is this struggle factor attached to natural hair that I'm not okay with. Yes, even in 2024, there is a bottomless pit of videos out there of how to care for your hair, or just videos where you get to watch other people care for their own hair lovingly. But there is an even seemingly endless vitriol for natural hair that seems to pop up every few days that is becoming a bit of a menace at this point. Not a bit. I am annoyed. Point blank. Y'all got me twisted. It's always, oh, the struggle of having natural hair. Or, oh, natural hair is for when I'm broke and I don't want to leave the house. I just don't like it. It makes me feel insecure. And then you guys bond over that in the comments. Woe is me. I hate my hair. Wah, wah, wah. Rinse, repeat. There is no solution. There is no point to it. It's just complain, bickering, trauma bonding. I'm tired of the self-pity and the woe is me rhetorics and speaking negativity over your hair. Afro is hair for royalty. Every strand was crafted to perfection, and if you hate it so much, it's because you're a peasant. It's that simple. Now listen, I don't care if you wake up one day and choose to cut your hair or relax it and begin a new journey. I don't judge anyone for, relaxing or things like that. Like, go girl. I mean, I might discourage you from relaxing just because I really think it's bad for you, but ultimately, that's your choice. But I always see this pattern, right? A girl who has decided to no longer keep her natural hair always feels the need to do this public cry of triumph and then recall her days of having natural hair like a veteran soldier would recall his days of being at the war forefront. And that's just a clarion call for people dogging the hair that an entire race of people have growing out of their scalp and branding it as the worst thing in the world. I mean, don't you see how bad that is? The I hate my natural hair gimmick is one that is so popular on social media because it's like a trauma exchange session for girls who just want straight hair or just want a different hair type from what nature bestowed upon them. It's like a magnet for the broken and the unhealed. It's become so socially unacceptable to talk about your dark skin with such derogatory words. Like if you came out to say, oh, bleaching should be normalized and things like that, it's weird. People would look at you somehow. So it's just not on the same level with when you come out to say shit like, oh my god, natural hair is trash. I wish somebody had told me to relax my hair 20 years ago. Now, I don't particularly like to view content like this because of how irritating they are to witness. Lord knows I skip all those I hate my 4C hair videos on YouTube. I don't care if your video ends up not being about you not hating your hair. Titling your video that was weird in the first place, and I don't want to watch a video that says that. I don't want to watch a video of a girl that has hair that looks like mine crying in the thumbnail and saying, I hate my 4C hair. I don't. But many people do. Black women, because they want an outlet to complain about it and bond over shared problems and probably seek advice, right? And then you have the non-black people because they want to see what all the fuss is about. Either ways, those videos where you cry and rant and go on these tirades about the different ways your hair frustrates and tortures you are still in demand. I believe if people would approach natural hair without comparing it in any way, shape, or form to straight hair that quite literally doesn't have any shape or form, they might find that their journeys are less frustrating. At the expense of my mental health, and talk about the different ways we sabotage ourselves because of our own impatience and self-hate, and how we can improve our mindsets when it comes to our relationship with our natural hair. Let's start from this series of video that I will call Stylists from Hell.
Yes, you saw it right. This service was $415. And to be honest, for the time spent, that is not enough. Her service included a deep cleanse, a conditioning steam treatment at the bowl, a consultation, hair and scalp analysis, and a haircut because she needed a haircut. It's been years since she had a haircut. So when you get the split ends and they traveling up the hair shaft, it makes your detangle process harder. Plus, she's coming out of twists when she had in for 2 months. Now, if you think about it, almost 5 hours to detangle, I could have got so many other services done. And no, she did not get a hairstyle. Most of my clients don't. Her mother really was in dire needs. She just wanted her daughter's hair to be more manageable. She has a lot of thick, beautiful hair, but it was not manageable. Splits was traveling up the hair shaft. The detangling process was crazy. So this was the start of her journey. And it never took me 5 hours on anybody's hair ever in life. This was one of the biggest jobs I've ever done. My neck and my back still hurt. But they're happy.
What a mess. Now, this video really pissed me off. But the first lesson I'd like to begin with is be mindful of who you let do your hair. Be mindful of who you let touch your hair. Now, my first issue, among many others, I don't like these stylists that have their ring light and camera on 24/7. Ma'am, I came to do my hair. I'm not a spectacle. I'm not responsible for helping you grow your TikTok page. I don't know. Is that too much to ask? Is this in the contract now? Like you automatically agree to be filmed when you book with them? I don't know. I paid you to braid my hair and that's it. Here in Nigeria, there is an abundance of hairstylists. If you try this with me, I'll walk out. That's why you... And I'm not just talking about filming, okay? It's the everything, the body language and the berating. Many stylists have dedicated pages to them just trashing their customers, and it's weird. Because why would you go to a stylist like this? Let's address other things that were wrong with this video. The woman sounds so impatient and irritable in her voiceover, and I can only imagine how she actually sounded for the few hours this girl had to get her hair done. If you can call it that. This hair was not done, in my opinion. She sounds like she's being forced to work. I never got that. If we negotiate for a business and we agree on a price, why do it grudgingly? Nobody forced you to agree. Just say no and keep it pushing. It's the same way I feel about dress stylists that take on a project knowing they are underpaid and then they end up sewing rubbish and presenting it to their clients. Nobody forced you and it ends up making you and your brand look bad. If the price isn't good for you, don't accept it. Another issue is how bitter and snappy this woman sounded describing her client's hair to other potential clients. It's like she's mad at her client for daring to have long, thick hair. Ma'am, is your salon only for the bald and bougie? The way she handles the hair is just despicable. This is the type of stylist that if you didn't have any problem with your looks going into our shop, you will leave that seat with a complex, the inferior kind. And they do this on purpose, I think. This girl's hair is beautiful and many people could only dream of having hair like this. I physically recoiled when she started cutting the hair. This is not a hair trim. This was a hair buttering. She cut way more hair than she needed to and she didn't even cut straight. Oh my god, that really got on my nerves. Again, the way she handled that hair was just so aggressive and ill-meaning that I won't be surprised if that girl started losing hair after. This woman really charged for a wash and blowout and a trim. Oh my god. I won't even say much about this. I've been knowing how crazy hairdressers can charge abroad, so my Nigerian ass will just sit this one out. But charging the price of an iPhone to just blow out and give a choppy hair trim is crazy to me.
Natural. You need to make sure your ends is stretched out like this. After you blow out your hair with a blowout, you need to go over your ends with a flat iron. If you come and your hair is natural like this, and the ends is not like this, then guess what? We would have to reschedule, or if you really need your hair done, we would do it. But there will be an inconvenience fee. Please take note. If your hair does not arrive to me like this, you come to me like this, then we will either have to reschedule, or you will have to get your hair properly done, but there will be a $15 inconvenience fee on top of the $25 blowout and press fee. Okay? It's $25 if you're natural. If I have to blow it out and pull it out, it's $25. If you're not natural, the end portion needs to be pre-stretched. And a lot of people are, oh, well, what about protective styles? Listen, this is not going to damage your hair, sweetheart. Our hair can sustain anything, okay? We have very great, strong hair. This is because when you get your braids and you see that fuzzy look, it's because that client is natural. And when they started to braid the client's hair, this hair started to pop out the braid. When your hair is pre-stretched out like this and we're braiding it.
First of all, whose daughter is this? If you don't come collect your child, why is your child being made an experiment of? If you don't come collect your baby girl and flat iron that hairdresser's lips, can we talk about the fact that many so-called hairstylists can't actually do hair? If you want your black clients to come in with not just clean hair, but hair that is flat ironed, as in panini pressed, then just say you only take Caucasian clients. The way she's handling that flat iron tells me all I need to know. She hates natural hair, as you can hear from her tone. She's mad she's being made to style it. And then again with the filming and berating your clients. Who made these people gods? I hate that this is starting to seep slowly into the big salons here in Nigeria. Hey, come with your hair blow dried. Can you do hair or not? Can you do hair? Or can't you? If you go to a proper hairstylist, they don't care what state it is. They will braid all the crimps out of your hair and get you together. All this blow dry and silk press to braid your hair is for silly texturists who cannot braid. I also hate the trend of parting hair with gel and letting it get on the scalp. Why are you putting gel directly on my scalp? Your braid should still be neat, notwithstanding the texture of hair, without you using the entire bowl of gel. I might as well do the hair myself, and that way I'll know I'm not paying an unprofessional to do my hair. This lady made way too many passes of that flat iron, and she's obviously frying that girl's hair. And I think on purpose too, to kind of punish her for daring to come in textured. I doubt she applied heat protectant, and it's just the words that she says. This is not even a voiceover like the first lady who probably went home and started pouring out her heart into her CapCut app, right? This one is literally saying it in front of this little girl, pausing to film her videos, basically yelling and explaining all the things that are wrong with natural hair. My thing is, if you're not okay with what a client is willing to pay you for your service, refuse their order. If Negro hair is against your policy, you should have sent her back or do the flat ironing with the extra charge like you said and shut up about it. This is unprofessional and unethical, if I might add, and a literal hot mess. It's just another older woman speaking negativity on the little girl's hair and just letting her internalize it. Now, I don't know where this girl's mom is or how she felt when she saw this video or if she even did, but I feel like people, adults who go to stylists like this after seeing how badly they treat their clients have no self-respect and they need to get it together. The next segment of content that gets on my nerves are and these particular videos did it for me.
It's not funny. I'm actually calm and collected now. But I'm going to let that angry version of me tell the story because she tells it way better. I'm not laughing. My sister's making me laugh. I'm so angry. I've woken up and I have pus all over my bed. So obviously I've gone to this girl to go and get my wig done. She's put the side part in and it's meant to be like an ombre going from black to brown. So when she put the side part in, it was like all ginger and weird, like a blonde colour here. Next minute, she goes and gets dye and starts applying it directly to my head, like that. So I asked her, are you not going to have to wash that off? You've just put dye on my hair. And she's like, no, you don't need to wash it off. So I'm thinking maybe this is a special kind of dye where it's not actually dye. Maybe it's just like a colour. Okay, so you get the gist. A hairdresser put dye in my hair and didn't wash it off. And if you look underneath my wig, there's like a massive bump and there's just pus constantly non-stop coming out. And it's just like pain and throbbing non-stop. I wake up every day with my pillow looking like that because it's just like leaking out my head. Not just that, but my eyes are swollen, and the real gag is I told the hairdresser what happened and she's refusing to refund me. It as well. The reason I was so like angry and upset is because I'm on a cruise, we're in the middle of nowhere, and like this is just the worst possible time for this to happen to me. I know I should probably take this wig off, but I don't have any other backup, and I don't really want to spend the rest of my 7-day cruise in my straight back cornrows. There is a doctor on board, so I'm going to go like later on today to go and see him and see like what he says, if there's anything I can do to like stop the pus coming out. But yeah, just story of my life.
One thing that stood out to me is how this girl, despite her head literally oozing pus, couldn't just go a single day without the weave. Her excuse, she couldn't just not do anything with her hair. It's so funny to me how black women want to copy other races' hair, but they don't copy how women from other races can just up and put their hair in a bun on vacation and enjoy their day. This was not an option. I can't even begin to wrap my head around this, nor do I want to. Pus smells. Okay? If you've ever had a boil, that stuff reeks. Now, when you have multiple leakages coming out from sores on your head, the smell has got to be coming out in fumes. Like, it's got to be oozing, like booming. You know, what you need to do is air it out. You don't cover up an oozing sore. You need to get them treated and let them heal without stuffing them in a hot ass wig while on vacation. It's like literally anything is better than having your actual hair out. Some of you are terrified of having people see your actual hair. And then comes the wig is just a protective style excuse. What is being protected here? It's the same when I see videos of women applying these glues on their scalps to keep a lace front, and when they take it off, their edges come right out with it, but they still claim it's a protective style. She's a very beautiful girl, and I don't see why she's afraid to just be comfortable wearing her hair out without pressure to look a certain way on a vacation, even at the detriment of her own scalp. Like I said, natural hair is only difficult because most people cannot view it outside of the lens of Eurocentrism. I think the things that our hair can do are boundless and breathtaking, and it can also be really simple if people just give it a chance. Your hair doesn't have to be long to be appreciated or loved. Your hair doesn't have to be constantly compared to what straight hair can do. I find many of them quite pathetic, to be honest. And it's crazy because many of these people that have so much to say about their hair types don't just stop at that. They attack the next girl who has hair like that when she annoys them slightly. And if you dare to actually like the very hair they hate, oh, it's over for you. They're the type of people who, if you complimented their hair, you might need a therapist after for what they'll put you through. They'll go,
"Oh, please. I can't stand this hair. I just want to cut it. I don't even know how girls with this type of hair cope."
when all they could have said is, "Thank you." And heaven help you if you had the looser hair texture that they wished they had and dared to compliment their kinkier texture. You could just get lynched.
"Oh, you like my hair so much? Then let's exchange, because I don't know why God gave me this and gave you that."
It's like how Zendaya wore that 4C wig and they basically called her a colonizer and all names but her legal one. Because she said nice things about 4C hair, apparently, and dared to wear a wig resembling the texture while having loose hair. See, someone was being nice to you and now you made it awkward. Now I want to leave. The thing is, having frustrations with your hair is normal. Women wake up and have frustrations about how their skin is acting that day. It's okay to vent sometimes, right? But this particular brand of conversations, there's really no cure for them, no solutions. It's such a circular conversation. "Oh my God, I hate my hair. I wish God didn't give me this." Okay, what now? Are you going to cut it? Are you going to cut it, relax it? What now? You're not saying anything revolutionary when you say that you hate your hair or you dislike your 4C hair. It's been said before, it's been done before. All it does is create a breeding ground for like-minded women to come and pour out all their self-hate while offering no solutions. Hating your natural hair is not groundbreaking news. It's actually the mainstream opinion that we keep fighting against. Many times, the hatred doesn't stop with their own hair, but they transfer that aggression to people who have their hair type and give them unsolicited opinions.
Oh well, you should get your hair done. I don't think the braids are mature enough for the club. I don't think you can wear your hair like this to this. I don't think you should wear your natural hair to your wedding.
Blah, blah, blah. And many times, this self-hate is realized in the envy many women have for girls who have the hair types they wished they had. I personally don't hate my 4C hair. I love it. I think it's awesome. I can appreciate another woman's hair, whether it looks like mine or not, without being a creep about it. Threatening to cut someone else's hair to make a wig for yourself just makes you look like a degenerate, really. Your hair is not only pretty when it has some curls in. Your hair can be pretty when it's just combed. Nothing extra has to be done. Saying you wish you can put your hair in a ponytail and just go is funny to me because who says you can't? You literally can. This is what I mean when I say people look at their natural hair through the lens of Eurocentrism. Black girl's version of a ponytail is a puff. It's literally achievable in like 5 minutes. But when you have this in mind while doing your hair that looks like this, yeah, you can see where the disconnect happens. You can just comb your hair and do the bare minimum and go, but you have a particular image in your head that you want your hair to look like, and this causes your frustration. Afro is beautiful. It's art. It's mesmerizing. It's unique. It's a canvas for you to paint on and give its own life and character. You can do all these things, and all you want to do is cry about it. People would kill to look like you. All you want to do is cry about having natural afro because it doesn't look like the Barbie ponytail when you put it up. Please. No hate to Barbie, by the way. Me and my homegirls like Barbie. Anyways, this is the end of the video. Stop being a saddie and start being a baddie by knowing your hair is perfect the way it is. It doesn't have to be slicked down every time you step out. There are so many easy ways to maintain and style your hair. If you're a beginner and you want some low maintenance ways to style and keep your hair fresh all through the week, check out my video on easy, feminine, low maintenance style to see some simple hairstyling suggested. Or, you can keep being sad. It's up to you. Shout out to all my baddies though. If you aren't subscribed yet, please do if you don't hate me. Also, leave a like and a comment so the algorithm can suggest this video to other people and hopefully get them to listen. Love ya and see you the next time I post. Bye.